Hey, my name is Sarah, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Fast. Alongside me, like every week, is manager Jacob, and I would like to know what you are drinking.
Okay, Sarah, I'm not actually drinking this yet. I'm looking to crowdsource from the Talking Fast community and maybe yourself if you've ever had one. I think I spoke on previous episodes about entering my tea era.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to enter my smoothie era. Do you mess around with smoothies at all?
I feel like every girl in their early 20s at some point exclusively drinks smoothies for breakfast and tries with protein powder stuff. So I did go through a smoothie era in my early 20s, but I was really bad with the cleanup of the smoothie.
Okay, that's what stopped me from doing
blender.
it.
The smoothie maker is what I was about to call it, the blender, and that's what made me stop having them.
It's a big barrier, and you don't really want to make 5
Do you want to know what though? Right? A Booster Juice just opened down the street from my apartment, which is a game changer.
So smart.
Because then there's no cleanup. But
and it's also so expensive though to buy juice and smoothies and stuff like that.
And you like sweets, right? So you like really sweet smoothies?
See, I would go. I think I'm gonna do some almond milk, some ice. I don't even know how to make a smoothie. Some blueberries, some bananas, and some peanut butter.
That'd be good.
Okay,
that'd be yummy.
That's what I'm drinking this week. I feel like I got a check mark that
crowdsource.
Is a smoothie.
If you guys, you guys have smoothie recipes, send them to Jacob.
Send them my way. Sarah, what are you drinking this week?
Okay, so I got alkaline water. Is that how you pronounce it? Alkaline water. I think it's water from a higher place. Essentially, from
the top of a building.
Yeah, the top of a mountain. I think
that would be like alpine water.
I mean, that's what I thought it was. No, don't. It's something to do with the pH ? It's got higher something in it. I don't know. It's
okay. We're crowdsourcing we need some more info.
I drank it, but it was very good, and it was flavored. No, because I got the blueberry flavored one, so obviously it tasted like blueberry.
Is it all alkaline water taste?
No, it's Flow, that water brand, Flow, the boxed one.
Yes, I have seen little pH
alkaline water. It's got a little pH in the thing. I threw it out, so I don't have the thing anymore. But I don't know. It's healthier water. Granted, I don't understand how water can be healthier.
Have you heard about these water sommeliers that test water and can taste the difference?
And I can tell the difference between Dasani and Nivea, but I can't tell the difference between alkaline water and something else. So anyways, I tried it today. I just don't buy the hype.
Was it expensive?
Yes, that's why I don't buy the hype.
How much?
$4.99.
For how many mils?
Less than 500.
Whoa.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I'm getting rinsed.
You got rinsed.
I was trying to try something different.
There was probably a laugh track when you walked out of the store and they were like, we got her.
I know.
Sarah, what are we reading or watching this week?
So I just watched and finished the Brooke Shields documentary, Pretty Baby.
How is that?
Yeah, it's really good. It's 2 parts that are an hour each. Granted, maybe it's because of my age, I didn't realize how big of a deal Brooke Shields was. I've only ever known Brooke Shields in I knew her from Friends and whatever, but in her post peak, her face was everywhere, most famous woman in the world era. Yeah. So it was really interesting seeing it really is a conversation on the sexualization of young women and in media and how that really changed throughout the 80s, and basically just how I don't know, she was just treated like an adult at 12 years old, which is really sad. But she is so well spoken. She's got that Drew Barrymore energy, and Drew's in the doc as well. And it's just really interesting. So I highly recommend going to watch it. It's on Disney Plus in Canada or Hulu in the States.
Okay, I'll check it out.
It was really good.
This week for me, I'm continuing on, and I'm excited because I'm an episode behind. I need to catch up tonight. I've been watching Succession still loving Succession, and I didn't know this, but they're working in pop culture references into the script in subversive ways. There was this TikTok that I was watching about how they fully talked about Leonardo DiCaprio's sexcapades in one of the lines of dialogue, and I was
really?
This is just so good. It's already so funny and dramatic already, but then it was just okay,
I have never seen Succession.
You have to watch it. It's so good.
I can't subscribe to another streaming service. I legitimately cannot do it.
You don't have Crave?
No. If Crave wants to give me a
Listen,
package.
Listen, Crave, we will.
I haven't seen White Lotus. I haven't seen Succession.
We will binge. Sarah will binge every popular Crave series.
Jacob's selling me out.
The Last of Us?
No, I haven't seen The Last. It's a video game show. I haven't watched The Last of Us.
Oh, okay. Video game show. Everyone, it's good. It's good.
Are you caught up on Ted Lasso?
What are we listening to this week?
Exactly. Okay, what are we listening to? I'm back in my. I already talked about this a few weeks ago. I'm in my country like era.
We're getting the warm weather coming.
But what I did was I created a playlist of country music dedicated to all the country concerts coming to Toronto this summer.
Okay.
So then I'm ready. So it's got a little Jordan Davis. It's got a little Dierks Bentley. It's got a little Luke Bryan, even though I'm not
Sam
seeing
Hunt?
Luke Bryan.
Sam Hunt?
Avi Sam Hunt. Got some Sam Hunt. It's got some Chris Stapleton. It's got some Shania, yep. So it's like all the country concerts, like all the summertime, drinking on the I was going to say on the stage. I will not be on the stage drinking on drinking on the lawn vibes. So that playlist, just so I'm like listening
Is it
to all of it
public?
at once.
Can people check this out?
It's not public right now, but if people are interested, they can let me know and I can make it public.
Okay, I want to check this out, so make it public.
What about you?
Okay, I didn't know who this was for the longest time.
Shocking.
Do you know Role Model?
Yes, Emma Chamberlain's boyfriend.
Emma Chamberlain's boyfriend. Well, put some respect on Role Model's name because amazing musician as well.
I literally have never heard any of his music. It's just
Really?
Emma Chamberlain's boyfriend. They did the couples quiz on GQ together.
Oh, I missed that. But you know what? They are, first of all, couple goals. Wow. Fantastic couple. And but also really good music. And like I've been like, can you call it binging music?
Maybe
when it happens.
Can you binge music?
I don't know.
I think it's just listening to music, and the binging is inevitable.
I was listening on repeat continuously.
As we know, Jacob likes to listen to the same song 5 times in a row. So
yeah, I've binged some Role Model in the shower. But Role Model, check out some Role Model if you haven't.
Emma Chamberlain's boyfriend. Yes, I will. I met this next guest while co-hosting Taylor Swift Trivia a few months ago, and I knew he would be a captivating conversation. From building an audience by uniting customer service workers around the world to being a comedian, musician, and you may not recognize him without his signature headset on, but please welcome to Talking Fast, Max, aka Farbsy.
Hello.
Welcome. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much for
the one thing I
having me.
need to double check on. Okay, so like I said in the intro, when we last saw each other, we co-hosted Taylor Swift Trivia together.
Yes, indeed.
And my running bit that whole night was, I think at the time you had said you were like a 4 out of 10 on the or a 3 out of 10 on the Swiftie scale.
Low.
Definitely under 5.
It was under 5, and the
Yeah.
whole goal of the night was to get him up to like a 10. But now we're a few months out. I want to vibe check where are we on your Swiftie scale. On your
I'm
Swiftie
trying to
fandom.
remember where we ended.
I think
my
you might have been
scale
at
that
like an
night.
8.
I think I was
Oh,
like either
quite
just
high.
over, just under 8. But I
Yeah.
think at this point now, casually, I think I'm just under 9, maybe like an 8.8.
Oh wow! So you have
I think it's
grown.
up
It's
there.
grown.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
Amazing.
up there because I've been watching all of her live shows on TikTok because people keep doing TikTok lives and are just
I
watching
know.
the show. And I'm like, okay, I'll watch this for like an hour and
I
see
know.
if she plays any
It's
songs
crazy.
that I know.
It's crazy. Just as someone, because I'm going to the concert in June, and it's insane to me to think that someone's going to use their entire phone battery to stream the concert for somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, I love everybody, but like, I'm trying to like take my own videos and like scream and dance and whatever. Like, these people don't speak. They just like literally like.
You're not going to stream it for me?
No, I'm not.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. You can find another stream at the Pittsburgh show, but like people will literally sit down the whole night just streaming. The only time I tune in is during the surprise songs. That's when I'll
Interesting.
figure it out.
Okay, I also wasn't at the trivia night, so like, how did it go?
I think it went
I
really
think it
well.
went really well.
Yeah?
Super
Yeah,
fun,
we
yeah.
we vibed right off it was great. I mean, like also we were the hosts and the one I was the one that made the questions, so like we're super biased. So any of you that listen to the podcast,
I should have known going into it that like it was going to be intense because
Very.
Swifties. I don't know if I could like consider myself a Swiftie. I don't know if I'm there yet. I think I have to cross the 9 threshold.
Yeah.
Swifties are very intense. They really care.
Yeah.
And people were in my face about it, not in a bad way, but in like you're like a 7 now, like that's it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm learning as I go along. you
I
know?
felt this-
So,
but you didn't try to pretend that you knew everything, which is
No.
is like more respect. Like I think if you went up there and tried to like pretend that you were like a level 10 Swiftie, my goal of that trivia though was to make sure nobody got it perfect, and nobody got
No
it
one did.
perfect, which
No
was
one did.
crazy.
Oh,
It
huge.
was like
They
30
came
questions.
close.
They came close,
Yeah.
but nobody got it perfect.
They are crazy. The one thing I was going to add to that
They are
from the Taylor Swift dance party night, because I had a feeling just like that. Now I tried to fake it a little bit. I went to the bar and I was mouthing lyrics to
Messed
the
them
song
up?
and messed them up. And the girl beside me at the bar looked at me and she was like, "Do you know what song this is?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I knew this, and I knew the song name. And I was like, "Yeah, it's this song." Can't remember which one. And she was like, "Okay." Then like she was watching me intently, and I stopped, and she's like, "You're not a real Swiftie."
Shut up.
oh my.
Someone
Yes,
actually said
yes,
this to you?
Yes. I'm not kidding.
I believe it. I believe it.
So anyway, good on you for lasting through the whole trivia
Thank you so
and coming
much.
from the
I
below
didn't-
5 to the
I
higher.
didn't-
It was a process.
No, I don't even. I mess up. That's insane. I even mess up lyrics, etc. Anyways, he's not a Taylor Swift creator, so we'll just continue on with other. For those that don't know the type of content that you make, what's the best way to describe it? Like, how would you describe your content?
The way that I like to talk about it is, how would you know, we all work jobs that, not everyone, but a lot of people work jobs that they're not particularly happy with. And we all have thoughts when we're at our jobs that we don't really want to get out there, because if we said it out loud, we would probably get fired at the snap of a finger. So my content is basically taking these thoughts that everybody has about working 9 to 5. There's a focus on customer service, because customer service is someone who's done that job for many years. That's really all I can say. So I wanted to make content where, I kind of thought to myself, how can I be the voice for people who will never say this out loud because they just, we can't say it.
Yeah.
I wanted
Right.
to
But
almost
everyone's
make this
thinking it.
dream sequence for people where I could say, hey, you know what? We're not alone in this. Like, you're not the only one who's having this thought. Let me say what's on all of our minds so that you can wake up on a Monday morning and say, okay, work isn't that bad, because someone
I
else
love
is thinking
that.
what I'm thinking.
Were you surprised at the popularity and the rate of growth of how many people kind of share that sentiment? Because
Yeah.
your content does very, very well, both in terms of engagement and views and all kinds of different metrics, which just lends itself to what you're
Yes.
talking about, is that these are thoughts, you're kind of acting out thoughts that people genuinely have, and a lot of people.
Yeah, it definitely, the whole, like, the audience and everyone who's started following me and went to a level where I was like, oh my God. Because for me, numbers are nice to have, but I just want to make content that makes people either laugh or smile or just say, hey, that's me.
Yeah.
So when I first started, I had no intention of having it get to where it is. That wasn't my goal at all. I just wanted to have fun, and I'm still having fun.
So
That's the
for
most
anyone that
important
doesn't
part.
may have not have seen your videos, what are a couple of examples of kind of the thoughts that maybe you're enacting in these?
So the main one that comes to mind instantly is me. It just says POV working in customer service, and I'm on the phone. I got my Jabra headset.
Your signature headset.
Signature headset with one earpiece with the foam like falling off, as every Jabra headset does. I don't know why, but it's just a common thing. And I'm smiling, I'm laughing. I'm like, John, no, not a problem. Like, great chatting with you. My apologies for any miscommunication. You take care. And then I hang up, and the first thing I say, I take off my headset and I go, fucking idiot. Just the act drops instantly once the line is disconnected.
It's like you take the mask off
Yeah,
the second.
essentially, yeah.
Which is a little risky though, because as someone that works in like media and hot mics and stuff for a thing, like I wonder if that's what
But
happens to
that's
people.
so true. It's like that. I'm not going to say which call, because I've had a ton of different calls in the last week, but like I genuinely had that moment happen to me.
Whether it's customer service or just working at 9 to 5 in general, as someone that does work one, I was thinking about your content the other day, actually, when I was in the food court, and in line, like somebody behind was like, I swear to God, if they ever invite me to that meeting again, I'm going to quit. And my friend and I turned to each other, we're like, oh, so we really all just live the same experiences, which
Literally.
is really what you've figured out. So when did you realize you kind of had like a lightning in a bottle here?
That's a good question. I think it was technically the first customer service video that I made, because the real first video that I made about working customer service does not exist. I deleted it a long time
wow.
ago.
What was that video?
So basically, just
Did
for a
it-
little context, at the time when I made my first ever TikTok video, I was working for a hearing aid company, literally selling hearing aids, which is like the most random job I think I've ever had in my life. And I was dealing with people who, they're hard of hearing, and they would shout at me for things that are out of my control, as every customer does in every customer service experience. And I had this idea of like, oh man, here's really what I want to say. So I made a video where it's like, hey, here's what we say to customers. And it's me being kind of similar to what I was saying before, with like, oh, John, great chatting with you, say hi to the wife and kids for me, blah, blah, blah. And then I just, I do another cut where it's really close in on my face, and it says what we really want to say. And I go, John, you're 92 years old. You're going to fucking die soon, man. Okay. How about you just get your shit together and just be a good person? And that was it. And the video got maybe 300 views, but I was so terrified of my employer finding that video somehow. I told nobody that I was working with at the time that I
Right.
had this channel. But I just knew, I was like, with my luck, it's going to happen. Someone's going to be like, did you like, when did this
And
come out?
the
Did you make
algorithm
this?
works hard, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I was working with a lot of people in my age range. Like, I'm 29. I was, how old was I at the time? Maybe like 26, 27. It was a couple years ago. And I was like, I don't even want to take the risk. And I panicked and I deleted it. But then maybe like a year or so later, I was working a different job, which I also hated. And I was in an all hands meeting because
All hands. Oh my God.
all
I just
hands
got
meeting.
PTSD hearing
I know,
this.
literally. I'm so sorry. My heart rate increased by a good 7%. I was in an all hands meeting. My audio was off. My video was off. And I just kept thinking about how I didn't want to be working right now. And I was thinking about all the people I've spoken to over the last couple of weeks and how they were just yelling at me because I couldn't do my job because I literally hated it. I was so bad at it. I just wasn't giving any effort to this job. And I thought to myself, let me make a quick video. I think this could be something. So I made that first customer service one of, hey, John, yeah, okay, great. All right, fucking idiot. The fucking idiot video, as I like to say.
Yeah.
I posted that video on my birthday. I usually like to take my birthday off for work because I don't want to work on my birthday. But I was like, I want to be in sales. I want to be a sales guy. I can do this. I'm going to work on my birthday. What the fuck was I thinking? And I posted the video at like 11:30 in the morning. And an hour later, it had 250,000 views.
No
That fast.
way.
That fast. And I was like, this is happening. This is the thing. And I was like, okay, I'm going to look at it in an hour and see how it's doing. An hour later, 500,000 views. No. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, I'm not going to look at my phone for the rest of the day. I was like, I'm just going to let the algorithm do its thing.
Yeah.
Fast forward to maybe like 9 o'clock that night, 900,000 views. And I was like, okay, I think this is going to hit 1 million. And I started thinking, I think this is going to be my thing now because I really like doing this. This is just relatable humor. And there's so many situations working in customer service or just working from home in general. And this was like peak COVID where everyone and their third cousin twice removed was working from home.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, it's so simple. I'm setting my phone down on the counter here, like on my desk, and I'm filming 12-second videos that take literally a second to film, a second to edit, and a second to post, and they are getting millions of views.
Yeah.
And to this day, that video has, I think, just under 6 million views now.
Wow.
Which is unbelievable.
But was
What a birthday.
that is what a birthday.
Happy birthday to me.
Was content something you always like wanted to do, or like is that something that you always found yourself gravitating towards creating as well, or like what made you inspired to actually like, because like lots of people have those ideas, but they don't think to actually make the video.
It's funny, yeah, because I think content has always been something I've had a real interest in, but at the time when I first started thinking about it, I never had a platform to express it on, you know, because I wanted to be an actor when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, I'll do this. And I always wanted to make videos. Like when I was a kid, I would take a video recorder and like make all these sketches. And I'm thinking to myself, Lorne Michaels at Saturday Night Live will hire a 12-year-old because like I'm going to make history with these videos. These are hilarious. And I don't even remember what I was doing at the time, but once TikTok came around, once Instagram kind of started focusing more on video content, I realized I was like, okay, now I have this outlet, but it took me a while to get comfortable with posting because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I just knew that I wanted to create. And when TikTok really started taking off, I was like, okay, this is happening, and I'm not even gonna dip my toes in. I'm just gonna do a somersault off the diving board.
I love that.
So where does all the inspiration come from? Because you're talking about, you mentioned it takes a relatively short amount of time to actually produce a video, but at the same time, you have a ton of different concepts.
Yeah.
So where are you drawing from?
A lot of it comes from inspiration from my hearing aid job. I was selling restaurant technology, which was like the weirdest thing. I sucked at that job.
Where do you get these jobs?
Indeed and LinkedIn, baby.
Amazing.
God.
Yeah, and what I would do is if I ever had a call that I thought was hilarious, which would probably look really bad if my manager at the time was listening to it, I would write it down in my phone. I would essentially highlight the call.
Yeah.
I would do what I call the Curb Your Enthusiasm bit, where I wouldn't have it written word for word. I would just have the general gist of what happened and where I wanted to end.
Right.
So I would have a call of someone yelling at me over something that was 100% their own fault, and I would be taking mental notes the entire time. In fact, sometimes I would literally be on the phone with them, and I would have my phone out being like, yeah, and I would just be taking notes about what they're saying, and I would relegate that into content.
This makes me feel so much better though about like when I have to phone customer service things, because like I'm always apologizing to the customer service people like profusely, thinking that like I'm being a burden. So to know that people mostly deal with like complete assholes all day.
It's so funny. It's so funny you say that though, because I can't tell you how many comments I get of people being like, "Oh, well, I bet when they hang up, they're saying the same thing about you." And I'm like, okay, yeah, like they probably are. Like, who cares?
That's great.
I'm just here to have a good time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's incredible. You also have a series that you do, I've noticed as well, right? One of the ones that I kind of binged was if dogs had a customer service line. Because I have a dog, Brooklyn, and she's sassy enough that I'm like, she would probably be the one calling in to you for this series if she like didn't have a long enough walk or something.
Bitch, for lack of a better term.
That's my dog you're talking
She's
about.
She's literally a bitch.
I know, I'm kidding. Where does maybe the inspiration for the series come from?
Yep.
Or what is the decision that's made for in your mind be like, okay, this is something that's hit, let's continue it?
That's a really good question. So with the dog specifically, it just kind of came to me in the moment, and I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna improvise this and see where it goes. Once again, going back to the Curb Your Enthusiasm bit, where I didn't have a script. I just had an idea of like, okay, what would a dog complain about if it was able to pick up a phone and call someone and complain? What would it say? And I just took a couple notes and went with it, because the whole concept, what I wanted to do was if blank had a customer service line, if Jurassic Park had a customer service line, which is actually something I'm working on at the current moment.
Amazing.
But I wanted to create these different situations of what's something that would never have a customer service line, but in this world, it does.
Yeah.
And as a dog owner myself, I have a tiny little, he's a rat terrier chihuahua. He weighs a whopping 8 pounds. His name is Artie. I love him to death. I kept thinking to myself, what would he talk to me about? If we could have a little one-on-one, what would my boy talk to me about?
Yeah.
And when I posted that first dog customer service one, I did not realize how big it was going to be. I had no expectation to even continue it, to be honest, because my goal was, I want to do a little bit of everything. I want to do dogs, I'll do cats, I'll do something else, but I just wanted to give everything its own like moment in a way. And the dog videos just went off.
Are your share numbers must be super high, eh?
Insanely.
Yeah.
Insanely. Yeah. The thing is, I'll tell you though, I kind of haven't done a video for dog customer service in a while. I am bringing it back in a more limited capacity, but something I realized making those videos was it brought out the boomers.
I thought you were going to say just dog owners, because
really?
dog owners in general can be insane as well, because they're hitting a whole new demographic.
That's very true.
So what are the boomers like?
So, well, it was kind of tough because one angle of my videos is working customer service and telling people that they're fucking idiots and kind of speaking everyone's truth in a very aggressive tone. And now I'm going to, who's a good boy? And this really soft, kind of like inviting tone. And when I went back to doing customer service videos, because that was really what I wanted the whole page to be about, people got mad.
People had followed you. So that's sometimes the issue with virality of stuff is because people
got
follow you from
really,
one thing.
really upset. So even to this day, I'll still get comments from people who are saying, like, I don't like when you swear, talk to dogs. And I think to myself, first off, social media is for everyone. It is not just for you, Linda, in New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's for everyone. And they would get really, really mad at me. But at the end of the day as well, it's my page. So it's kind of walking that fine line of knowing what I want to do, but also understanding what people want to see.
Right.
So it's a tough balance, but I feel like I'm doing an okay job at it. But it's still growing. It's still doing pretty well, which is like mind-boggling to me. So at the end of the day, I'm just happy to be here and do what I'm able to do and make people happy.
You literally have merch. Isn't that your merch right there?
This one specifically isn't. I was going to wear it, but I actually spilled something on it earlier today, and I was like, oh.
But when we first met, you were just about to launch your Can I Pet Your Dog
Yes.
merch, right?
So I did like a limited merch run for about, I think it ended up going for 2 weeks, and it did really, really well. So there was Can I Pet Your Dog? There was a 4-day work week shirt and one that said the customer's always wrong. And I will be bringing those back this summer because people have been asking whenever I wear it in my videos now, they're like, where can I get this? And I'm like, let me tell you,
Well, let me
it's
tell
coming
you.
back. It's mine. They're like, is this from H&M? I'm like, they wish.
So you've branched off, you've done merch and stuff. Is there other areas of content that you like now that you've got like scratched the itch a bit? Is there other areas of content you want to branch into, or do you always just want to lean into like what's been successful for you?
I really want to go into like proper filmmaking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is like kind of.
I guess if you want to be an actor though, that would make sense.
Yes, but I like this Wes Anderson trend that's going
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Like I love that.
Did you
That is-
Did you do it?
I'm currently editing one of like
Yeah.
you're not going to work from home as though it's a Wes Anderson movie, right? And
Yeah.
then it's
Nice.
me like in different parts of my my office. But I really want to make like short films. I love the idea
love
of just
that.
creating things that stick with you for like, you know, it's just a 10-minute thing, but it could stick with you forever. And what I want to do with that is movie trailers for movies that don't exist. I want to create like fake movie trailers.
Oh,
So-
very cool.
I like
Yeah.
that.
So,
it's
you know,
like
kinda like-
it's like honest trailer vibes,
Yes,
whereas
in a
honest
way.
trailer creates fake trailers for
Yes,
movies
so
that do exist.
like one I was thinking of is like the A24 indie movie where you know you're gonna cry but you don't know what the movie's about, or like something
Yeah.
like that, where it's each trailer has its own feeling in a way. So that's something that I want to branch into. Hopefully people like it. I know it's going to be very different, but I'm going to be working on it sooner rather than later, and we'll see what people think.
Who would have thought your customer, like people screaming at you over hearing aids, would be a catalyst for you to then like pivot into creativity and
The
filmmaking?
world works in mysterious ways, and I love it.
I love it too.
In terms of other creative endeavors as well, because you also have a band,
I do, yes.
Doomsday Darling,
That was like
and you
casual drop. I was going
just
through Instagram. I go like whiplash. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Yes,
and
yes,
you
indeed.
just released your first single,
Yes,
right?
we did. The Day Begins.
Did you produce the music video or direct the music video?
I'd like to say it's a group effort.
Okay.
We had this idea to really highlight the fact that the band, we all play multiple instruments. And
that's
we
cool.
we wanted to find a way to really show that off. So we went into a studio and we brought a drum set, a bass guitar, and a couple of guitars, and we just said, hey, let's just put ourselves down in this one spot and film ourselves playing each instrument and kind of show it off to the world and let them know that, hey, like we're not just we're not your typical band. We do it all.
I love
And
that.
was that your first music video that you've done?
That was not the first music video
okay.
I've
I was
done.
gonna say it looks good. It looks
Thank
really
you.
good.
Thank you very much. No, I was overjoyed with how it came out. My friend Bruce runs a company called O Canada Creative. They are the masters of video editing, cinematography, you name it, they are the go-to. So anytime I need something, Bruce is my guy. So he crushed it.
So, what does the Farbsy brand look like a year from now then? Because you've got like all these different areas now. You've got like your music as well. And I love that you like just don't do one thing, because I'm a very big proponent on you can do more than one thing. You've got that. You've got the customer service stuff. You've got merch. You still have a day job. Yes.
I do have a day job.
And you
yes,
still have a
indeed.
day job. So how does all of that work together to see like where you want to be a year from now?
Well, that's such a good question because time is so crazy. I don't know what's going to happen a month from now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, this year specifically has been really moving at such a rapid pace that I don't know what to do
Yeah,
with
like
myself.
terrifyingly like
Yeah.
fast. Like we're
Yeah.
recording this it's in May. Well, it's
Yeah.
launching going out in May too. That's insane.
Yeah. So to be honest, a year from now, maybe I have a TV show. I am working on a concept for a TV show about people who work at a call center, which I think would be really, really fun.
Well, I
Very,
guess you already have like the data to show that people are interested in it.
Exactly,
you've
exactly.
got all
And
of
as far as numbers are concerned, people want to see numbers in that regard. You know, when you're pitching it to a studio,
Yeah.
if they see numbers, because for me, like I was saying earlier, numbers are like nice, but the content for me is what is most important. But from a studio, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be like, what are his numbers like? And they'll be like, oh, snap. Okay.
Pretty good.
okay.
You have to wear the headset in the pitch though.
Oh, of course. Of course.
All the way in, waiting in
All
the
the
waiting
way
room.
in.
And
I was going to have to make
multiple instruments. The headset on. The dog shirt.
can
is
do it all.
on.
do you,
Yeah,
do you
literally.
ever troll LinkedIn or Indeed looking for the most random job to potentially work for like 2 weeks just to have more
Oh, that's a
inspiration?
good idea.
That's a really good idea, and I haven't yet, but I'm gonna start.
wow.
Definitely
Some
gonna
market
start.
research.
Yeah, that
love
sounds
that.
psychotic, and I love it.
Go through the whole interview process,
Oh, yeah.
work a couple of weeks, take some calls. I'm sure it'd be a good goal. Mine.
See where it gets me.
Welcome back to voicemail segment where every week we answer your questions, try to give advice when you ask for it. You haven't been asked for it recently, so I don't know what that really says about us, Jacob.
We've given them all the advice they need.
It's all they need. Yeah, everyone's.
What do you want from us?
Oh my God, I love that segment. Okay, but we are here and we're going to answer some of your questions that you submitted through Instagram or email or whatever. So make sure you follow Talking Fast Show on TikTok and Instagram if you want to submit a question. Are you ready?
I've never been more ready.
I love it. It's a very hard-hitting question for our first one here. It is, if you were a Starbucks drink, what drink would you be?
This is a tough one. I'm going to go with, I don't know the names of Starbucks drinks.
I don't either.
But I'm going to say it's going to be a hot drink, first of all, because I can't deal with a cold drink really from Starbucks.
That's a hot take.
It is a hot
respect
take.
it.
Sometimes just they're too big. You know, so you see someone walking around with a venti, like passion fruit kind of thing.
They're not going to finish that.
Yeah.
Not going to finish that. I think a hot drink, and it's going to be made with oat milk just because I like the consistency of it.
No, that's true, though. I'm the same way.
Consistency of it, and then it's probably going to have something really sweet in it for me. So it's going to be some kind of a pump of probably like some caramel or something like that. Maybe I would just like go close my eyes and go like
a hot Jacob caramel latte. Got it.
That should be on their like secret menu.
I was going to say, one of you go to Starbucks and order this.
I think you just described as like a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, but call it the Jacob drink.
What about you? What drink would you be?
For me, I would keep it simple. I feel like I would be my usual Starbucks drink, which is a hot chocolate with a little bit of whipped cream, but chocolate drizzle on top.
Oh, a drizzle.
I love the drizzle.
Good.
Yeah, it really
I
hits
love
different.
the hot chocolate at Starbucks. It's a really like
So
polarizing topic. Like you either love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I think
Always
it's the
loved it.
best of the
I do
best.
too.
A drizzle with a crumble, like a kind of a.
I could take it or leave. I could take or leave the crumble.
The drizzle's the more important part.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as the drizzle's there, then I'm good.
I think I would also be a hot drink.
Yeah.
And I think I would be a vanilla latte, half sweet though.
Half
I'm
sweet.
always
Interesting.
Half sweet. So you get 2 pumps instead of 4.
So if we go up to order a drink together, could I be like, I'll take her half of that sweet. So,
You can have the extra.
here's a question though, a kind of follow-up question to this. If you go get a hot drink at Starbucks or any coffee shop, realistically, and it's piping hot, do you put the sleeve on it?
Yeah. I get the sleeve almost every time.
Because sometimes these days they don't give you the sleeve automatically.
Right.
Yeah, they
which
ask
is
you
environmentally
now.
friendly. It's positive.
guess
I'm here for it.
I haven't really thought about the sleeve. I feel like sometimes it's just there, and then I think, did I put this on, or was it there to begin with?
I know. Sometimes you
You
black
know?
out and you're like, did I?
I put the sleeve on when it's too hot, but then I usually ditch the sleeve within the first like 15 minutes of drinking the coffee.
I go sleeve. I don't have enough calluses.
I guess I split it 50-50, but like I said, I feel like my memory is like going off. I'm like, is this sleeve, like, did I do this?
You're gonna
like,
be so aware.
You're gonna be
of it
so
now,
aware
yeah.
of it.
Yeah. Like, I noticed there was no sleeve on this drink.
It's like
Excuse me?
Mandela effect now on whether you
Yeah.
get sleeves on coffee. We're gonna go to Starbucks tomorrow and there's no sleeves,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be like, wait,
They never
wasn't there?
exist.
We
sleeves?
listened to the episode. The sleeves, they're gone. They're gone.
Okay, voicemail question number 2. I like this one. If you had to give an hour-long lecture on a specific topic right now without stuttering, what topic would it be?
What about you?
Oh man, how to write an indie rock song.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. As a musician, I feel like that's just something I could riff on for centuries. So yeah.
I could talk about the Twitter fangirl to social media manager pipeline for
Love that.
hours. It's true.
There's so many.
No, there's so
There's
many.
so many.
Or
Oh, that's
PR
a-
girl, whatever.
That is
it's all the same.
That is a good take.
Yeah,
I love that.
It is.
Oh.
All the girls that were. Do you know how many girls I get in my email that
You
are
probably listen to this show.
like the girls that are in my email that are trying to send me a product and they go, remember you from our Bieber days or our One Direction days on Twitter. It's insane. I could talk
Wow.
for hours about how those girls are now running all social media marketing in this country.
And they're
Good for
fantastic.
them.
They have, those girls also have just endless energy.
Yeah, because we did it for free and we camped outside Much Music for 16 hours.
Good old Much Music.
Yeah.
The
Classic.
tenacity is.
What about you?
Unmatched.
What could you talk about?
See, this is something that for my entire life I have thought I could just talk about anything, so I could probably have a fun time speaking about both of those topics. people peg me as, I don't know too much about astrology. This is our first time mentioning astrology on the podcast.
Yeah, because I'm not an astrology girly, so it's...
We're both Geminis. What
Yes,
are you?
we are.
I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know anything about it too. But
Yeah.
everyone always says, "Oh, you're such a Gemini.
You're
you could just like
two-faced.
talk. No, you could just like just run your mouth." Anyway, so I think I could talk about most things. It wouldn't be highly intelligent though, which was not a caveat included in the
With
question.
that attitude.
Yeah. But I think I could talk about
Furniture.
probably furniture. Chairs.
Architecture or
chairs.
chairs?
Chairs. I
Just
could talk about
specifically
chairs.
chairs.
Different designs, different designers, where to put chairs, the vibe of how a chair can change the energy
Shout
of a
out
room.
Good Fun.
If you ever start another podcast about chairs, you have to call it Sharing is Caring.
Oh, that's good.
Shout out, was it Good Fun Furniture?
Sarah, I might quit today and go and do that podcast. No, I lie. I won't do that.
Good Fun Fernie? Is that what what's it called? Good
Good
Fun.
Fernie.
Good Fernie.
Good Fernie.
Not Good Fun Fernie? Just Good Fernie?
No.
Okay, interesting.
The fun is implied.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Chairs
Yeah,
are
if
so
anyone wants
fun.
new chairs, hit me up. That's my side hustle.
The last question is, if you could live in any city in the world other than the one we are currently in, Toronto, where would it be and why? Pretend there's no visas, pretend there's no pain in the butt to get like, you know, the right to, and you have unlimited funds. You can live wherever you want.
People ship all of my chairs for free to
Yeah.
where I'm living.
You can bring all of your chairs wherever you want. You can buy new chairs.
Oh,
I
exciting.
love that. I would go to the UK.
Okay, but where? City?
Like I want to say London just because London's fun. My wife is from Leeds,
Oh,
which is a little bit
okay.
more north.
Yeah.
But anywhere in the UK, any city
love
in the
that.
UK, it's just such a fun place to be. Everyone's so fun and exciting and just so British.
Yeah.
And I can't do a British accent. I like to say that I can, but I do the worst.
You
British
have to. You
accent
have
ever.
to do it
You have
now.
to
You
try
have
it
to.
now.
What kind of like do we want? Just like my go-to?
Go your go-to.
Yeah.
British customer service. Go.
Oh, what's
Oh, bruv, are you fucking kidding me, man? Are you
That's
fucking kidding me,
That's
man?
not bad. That's good.
That's fucking right on, eh?
That's
I
not
always
bad.
go for like one of the Gallagher brothers from
Yes,
Oasis.
yes. As we all do.
Pretty fucking good stuff, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
What about you?
I would move to New York. I love New York
I
so
love New
much.
York, too.
I would go to New York. I would get a sizable loft in New York, and I would just probably
Classic.
like Brooklyn. My dog, we would probably be in Brooklyn, and we would just like bum around, walk in the streets. We would see Toronto's not a big stooping city, and I feel like New
that's
York
true.
is,
That's
and
true.
I
I get
think
that,
I would
yeah.
just stoop the whole day.
I love
Wow.
that.
Well, you guys both kind of took both the ones that I was thinking of. And so if this is a situation where I can't live in either of those, I'm going to try and keep this interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going Nice, France.
Ooh,
Don't know if it counts as a city because
fancy.
it's tiny. I think it's 100,000 people. at
We'll
least,
count
though.
it. We'll count it.
She's beautiful. I've never felt more relaxed in my life than when I was in the south of France. And even though it's pebbled beaches, I can get over
It's
that.
on the coast, yeah.
Yes, it is directly on and they ran a marathon the day that I was there. You'd love it there.
Oh,
People
what?
running all around.
Okay.
Nice, France, and it costs like €3 to go on the train anywhere else along the coast.
No way.
The food was
South of
wonderful.
France is like-
the people were so kind. You go to Paris and people are jerks. You go to South France. Like this one guy was like, my friend had referred me to his restaurant because she knew him. And I was like, oh, we came to like check out your restaurant. He goes, oh, don't eat here. My food's like nothing compared to these people. And he gave me a list of like, that
Okay,
just shows
that's
that you're like
good.
good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people there were amazing. Shout out Nice. The people
Do you
in
speak
Nice were very
French?
nice. No, I do
Okay,
not. And
me
I did not
neither.
have to.
Okay, I was in the
Nice
south of
used to be
France and
occupied by
really-
Italy, so a lot of people actually speak Italian.
True, interesting.
Do
Do you speak Italian?
No, I'm just saying facts I know about Nice.
I went to the south of France for my honeymoon, and the one thing I wish I could change is I wish I spoke French because it is such a beautiful language, and
Yeah.
I struggled.
Well, thank you so much for coming on Talking Fast.
Thank
we
you
really
so
appreciate it. We do have a
much.
gift for you.
Oh my word!
So I got you a little
Should I
thing
open
to
it right
help
now?
you. You don't have to, but you can if you want.
I
Thing to help
that's
you make
okay.
content. It's just a little portable charger. For when you're making all those videos.
Yes. Oh my
And
god.
then there's just lip chap in there because you
Yes.
gab all day.
Oh my god,
And
yes.
then-
And my lips
and
are
then-
dry all the time, and people actually give me a lot of comments on my lips.
Oh,
They
that's
do.
not
I
why
know.
I bought it for you.
No. It's okay. It's so funny because if I'm gonna get any like hate messages, I want it to be about my chapped lips. Like that's I'll take it. You know. Oh my god.
Okay.
Thank you
well,
so much.
now you have your chance. You have your like 15 seconds of fame to leave a message, say whatever you want, plug yourself. That's your camera. You can do whatever you
This
want.
one right here.
Yes.
Hello. people of the internet and world, if you have a job that you like, or even if you don't like it and you have thoughts that you think, am I the only one thinking this? Let me just tell you, you're probably not alone. So what you should do is go and follow Farbsy on Instagram and TikTok, because I will speak your mind for you and we'll have a good time doing it. I'll make your Mondays a little more palatable. So check me out. And if you like me, great. And if you don't, that is also perfectly fine.
I love that. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Talking Fast. We are here every Wednesday, and we will see you next week.